Hi there, so welcome to this video, and this video is for you if you are somebody who feel that you often feel that you lack in a lot of areas. So if you feel that there are so many areas where other people are so much better than you, they they are just naturally good or better than you are. So if you feel this often that you end up comparing yourself with others, and then you end up feeling bad about yourself, or your confidence goes even down, you start to feel even bad about your own self. And yeah, overall I mean the way you feel about yourself it gets even worse, as a result of which it affects your confidence, it affects how you carry yourself. So this video is for you. We are going to specifically talk about this tendency where we are used to of comparing ourselves with others, and even for very small activities, very silly things also, which can actually not be compared. In fact, comparison in itself is a very invalid thing, as I believe, because comparison can only be done for between two entities when all the parameters are equal, all the parameters are same. For example, even in mathematics, what would happen is you can only compare two numbers when their units are same, right? And in real life, no two individuals are ever same. I mean, no two individuals can have all the parameters ever same. And here you are comparing yourself with people who come from, like there is no similarity between you and the other person. Like the story that you have, the past that you carry, the background that you come from, and the thoughts and beliefs that you carry, or the environment that you were exposed to, there are so many differences. But because we already have an unhealthy self-esteem, we become used to this tendency where we find it very easy, very natural to compare myself to somebody else, and then again feel that, look at me, I'm not good at this and this person is so good at this. So this video is for you. We are going to talk about this, and definitely we are going to talk about solution, that what is something that you need to do. And because it is not helping you, it is only taking away your confidence even more, and it affects how you feel about yourself, and that is the center of your world. It basically determines how you experience life. That is every area of your life depends upon how you think and feel about yourself. So I'll not waste time in this all these things. We'll just get started. So today's topic I've written is when so today's a question that I would ask yourself is that, what are you cursing yourself for? So what are the small things that you end up cursing yourself, like you end up blaming yourself, that why am I this way, why am I such a slow eater, why can't I just speak so smooth and well like this other person, why can't I have a very strong personality, why am I not so confident in myself? So all these things, what are all these things? You're blaming yourself, you're questioning yourself, you're basically cursing yourself, you're criticizing yourself and pointing out your finger on your own self. So there's no understanding, there's judgment, and a lot of harsh treatment. And yes, so and another question on that is, what are the things about you that you wish to get rid of? So let's get started. So first is, when does this happen? So all the things that we're going to talk about today, it happens when you have an unhealthy relationship with your own self. So basically, what happens here is that, see, and why does this happen? See, this happens because when you have an unhealthy self-esteem or unhealthy relationship with yourself, it means that the foundation is not self-love, is not understanding, but the foundation of your being is, the foundation of yourself is somewhere self-hatred. It is self-hatred, it is dislike. So, and when that is the foundation, so when you are operating from a core where there is self-hatred, it means that there is something, there is some part of you, either it's your body or a character trait of you that you strongly dislike, that if somebody asks you that what would you like to get rid of, you have a list that, okay, I don't want to be like this, I wish I can get rid of this, and I want to become like this. So the thing that I'm saying is that the fact that the fact that you have so many insecurities, that you feel that, okay, all these things are in me, or all these aspects of me are not good enough, I want to get rid of it. So when you operate from that, when that is the base of your entire being, what happens is, this self-hatred, this dislike spreads. It's like a momentum. So if you have a foundation of self-love, what will happen is, with every day, with every action, with every thought of yours, the self-love will intensify in you. You would move even towards towards having an even healthier relationship with your own self. But at the same time, when you have self-hatred within you, every day, with every action, with every thought, you move even towards more self-hatred. So you end up hating yourself even more. You end up intensifying your already feeling of that I'm not good enough, I'm not capable enough, I'm good for nothing. So you feel very worthless. So it keeps intensifying. So what we're talking about today, that comparing yourself casually with somebody else for even very littlest thing, like eating. Like if you are somebody who already hates yourself, suppose for the kind of body that you have, it would be very easy for you to compare how you eat, or to compare that, okay, I'm a slow eater, and suppose you are sitting to eat with your family member or your friends. So then there would be no acceptance that, okay, I am a slow eater, there are people who eat slow, there are other people also, but you would pick that one thing and curse yourself for that why am I a slow eater, look at other people, they are so, they just eat their food fast enough, why did I have to be a slow eater? So there's no understanding. So again, you are feeding your self-hatred more, and it's so natural to you because you already have a core of self-hatred. So this is the base of why this happened, and this is the tendency I'm talking about, because today you are picking up on the fact that you are a slow eater. Tomorrow it will be some other thing. Tomorrow it can be about any other little thing, because it's like becoming a habit. So now it's like आपकी आदत हो गई है कि to look for evidences in your environment so that you can bring yourself down even more. It's like, and there is an ego attached with your low self-esteem. I always talk about it. An ego which wants to make sure that I am the worst of all, and it's very subconscious. You won't realize. So it's this ego at play, which has made you stick to this habit. But it's harming you, because every time you're picking upon something more to curse yourself about, to feel bad about yourself even more, that look, I'm bad at this also, I can't walk very straight, or the way I talk is not very smooth, or the voice that I have, I stammer at times, it's not good enough, or the way I look is not good enough. The more you find such things, the more it's like you're picking upon your insecurities even more, and the more things you gather to be insecure about, the more you lose your confidence. And confidence is not a very luxury or shiny thing. Confidence is something that we all have a birthright to, because you were born with confidence. And I'm talking about self-confidence, not a skill-based confidence which is determined by how skilled you are, or how good you can do things. Not that kind of confidence. I'm talking about self-confidence, which we are always born with, because you are always born with innate value. But what happens is, when we grow up to have an unhealthy self-esteem, we lose touch with this confidence. Why? Because we end up receiving messages, or we end up growing up, we end up feeling that I'm not good enough. We end up absorbing messages that make us feel that there's some problem with me, that there's something wrong with me, and hence what happens is we shrink ourselves, we lose confidence in the way. So this is not helping you. So the habit that you have, that for every random thing I'm cursing myself, this is not helping you. So now you know what is the basis of it, how it originates, and when does this thing happen. So we can basically call it that you have a habit of nitpicking yourself. That is, कोई भी छोटी छोटी चीज़ के लिए बस अब आदत हो गई, to self-hate. ऐसा now, and the same thing will happen when you have similar thing will happen when you develop a foundation of self-love. In that case, what would happen in your daily activity? Every thought that you have, every action that you will end up finding things to love yourself or to appreciate yourself for even more. So it's like you will keep moving towards a healthier relationship with every day or every action. So that's the beauty of it. But the main difference or the source is the foundation that you have. Okay. So it's about whatever the foundation is that you have, it is going to spread. It spreads to every area of your life. Now, how does it harm you? I think I already told you that it affects your confidence, and it affects your confidence. It makes you feel even worse about your own self, and I think I need not say that it definitely affects every area of your life, because how you experience life, your life, you are the center of it, right? So how I experience life, how life is to me, or what I believe about life and other people is going to be very different with yours, like from how you do it. And where does it come from? What is the source? So my source of how I see life is me, right? So when you have an unhealthy relationship with your own self, when you do not like your own self, the world also becomes a very difficult place. Let alone your career and relationship, so that definitely affect hota hai. But I'm talking about how you feel every second in your body, because I think this is, or what I talk about, developing a healthy relationship with your own self, it is so important because it's not about career, it's not about even your career or relationship. It's because you have to be in your own body every second of your own life, in the entire journey, in the entire complete journey. So क्या होता है, when you are in a body and you have an unhealthy relationship with your own self, there's self-hatred, there's strong very dislike, you do not like yourself, the way you talk to yourself changes. I mean, I think feeling that you're not worth of anything, that you're not worthy of anything, it is it's no less than a tragedy, because it's like, but at the same time I would say that it's not real, that it's like you have been manipulated, because that's not reality. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're alive, it means that you have a purpose, because nothing comes for no reason, or nothing is born, or nothing has been created for no reason at all. So the feeling that I am good for nothing, या फिर I have no purpose to be, what is my value, the fact, all these questions that keep coming on you, this feeling that I'm worthless, it is it is not truth, but to live with it is a very sad thing, I would say. So if you're somebody who feels that, okay, I feel this way, I want to tell you that it's not your reality, and you can very well can change this, because human brain is I think the term is neuroplastic. Yeah. So change, I think change is a nature of a human being. Change is the only constant thing that keeps happening. So you can change yourself. Trust me, you can change the relationship that you have with your own self. Because the self-hatred that you have picked upon, the low self-esteem that you have developed, the feeling that I'm not good enough is also something that you have developed. So this is not natural state. Right now, the state that you are in, it is, a kind of a bent that you have, when your natural state is this, where you already have a healthy relationship with your own self. So trust in yourself, trust in that vision where you have a healthy relationship with yourself, where you are feeling comfortable, where you are feeling peaceful in your own body. And I do not even talk about, having a very loving, or very, like a very fluffy kind of relationship with your own self. But the first thing is that you feel comfortable in your own self, you feel comfortable in your own body, you feel self-assured of your own self, and that is self-confidence. Self-confidence is not that I can do these many things. That is skill-based confidence. Yes, that does feed to your confidence even more, but the self-confidence is just when you know who you are at the core, when you have gotten rid of all these false image that you have, distorted image that you've created with the help of other people in your life growing up. When you get rid of all those insecurities or all those negative limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, that is confidence. When you know yourself deeply, and when there's complete acceptance that I know who I am, and it's completely fine, I'm completely okay in who I am, I accept myself, I'm not going to pretend to be like somebody else, I'm not going to act like I'm quite better than I am, I'm not going to hide something. So this is what true confidence is. So confidence, so when you do work towards developing a healthy relationship, you're also going to work on your confidence, because confidence is nothing but feeling comfortable and okay and self-assured of your own self in your own body. So yes, and there's one more point when it comes to how does this harm you. So this habit that you have right now, where where it's very easy for you to curse your own self, to keep criticizing yourself that इसमें भी अच्छा नहीं हूँ, see, this is another thing that I'm bad at, ये भी अच्छा नहीं है मेरे अंदर, I have so many bad qualities inside. So another way how it harms you is it, I think it not harms, but it ends up affecting the people that love you and the people who you love. Why? Because when there are people who love you, the only thing that they would want for you is to love your own self. Because even if somebody loves you truly, you would not be able to accept their love, receive their love, and feel safe in their presence if you do not love yourself enough, or if you do not consider yourself worthy of their love. This is true. So what would happen is, the people who you love or who love you truly in your life, they would feel unable to love you. Because see, people who truly love you, the only thing that they want you is that for you to be happy in your own self. Because if you can't be happy in your own self, nobody else has the power to make you feel happy and content. You will start to feel suspicious of their activities, because there's so much insecurity. And when you have insecurities, when you have a lens of self-hatred, you start to look at other people from that lens. You start to look at ki, because I hate myself, because I know that I'm not good enough, how can this person love me, or how can this person be genuine when they say that they love me? There must be something that they're wanting from me, or there's definitely something suspicious. So no trust, because there's no trust here. So how am I going to trust somebody who genuinely loves me? So it harms, or it affects your loved ones also, because they are unable to love you. They are unable to love you or see you being in love with your own self. It affects their ability to actually, when you don't love yourself, it affects your ability to love too, because how you love yourself is how you are going to love others, because for you that's the definition. So right now, the self-hatred that you have, the harsh treatment that you use towards your own self, the high expectations that you put for your own self, the perfection that you expect from your own self, this is exactly how you are going to do with others also, who you feel that I love this person. Because this is true, how we love ourselves is how we are going to love other person also, our loved ones also. And that is why we say that we end up creating or manifesting relationship similar to how we have with our own self. This is how you manifest it, or this is how you attract it. Yes, so this is how this habit of yours or tendency of yours is harming you. Next is what to do. Now let's come to the main part, that okay, what do I do? Now I know that okay, this is happening with me. And definitely when you have such a tendency, when you have an unhealthy self-esteem, I understand that it can get hard. There's nothing that I'm going to give you, like I'm not going to give you tips or tricks that will make it go away in a day. You need to understand that if this is something that you have picked up, that you have developed over time, it is definitely going to demand your attention, time, your practice, your conscious practice, your conscious efforts. But it is very much possible. Okay, so see, when there's self-hatred, it means that you are unable to accept who you are. Because someone has fed this in you, that aap jaise ho, it is not good enough. When in reality, everybody is imperfect. Nobody is perfect. The person who you see, who you feel that everybody else is perfect, it's because your lens is distorted. How you see the world is distorted. In your world, there are two types of people. People are either perfect, or people are either good for nothing. That's how you have started to see things as. And when you have low self-esteem and unhealthy relationship with yourself, in which category do you come? You have concluded, you have made the verdict that I come in the category of not good enough, but other people should not know this. So you are going to put up a front when you meet any other people. Hence no connection happens, hence no genuine meaningful relationships happen also. So okay, coming back to the main topic that I was talking about, there's no self-acceptance. Why? Because I have been made to believe that how I am in real, the way I think, my intellect level, how I walk, the personality that I have, it is not good enough. So I am not good enough. So abhi tak hame ye pata hai, and that is why we are hating on ourselves. When in real, the things that you are insecure about, that is not the end of the world. कहीं नहीं दिखा है कि अगर if you are like this, or if you have a body like this, or if you are somebody who comes into this category, you're not good enough. या फिर that is the end of the world. You don't deserve to live. See, and no matter how you are, no matter what character you have, or what trait you have, or what body parts you have that you are not liking yourself for, it is not the end of the world, and it is not something that only you have. The fact that you dislike it is because there are some very distorted thoughts and beliefs that have come in between, that have been fed to you. And trust me, if you were never told that there's something wrong with you, if you were never commented upon, if you were never bullied for being certain way, or having a certain type of body, or for coming from a certain background, you would have never been insecure about it. So it's not the reality that you are insecure about, it's about what you believe about it, which can always be changed because you have developed it from outside. You have picked up other people's beliefs and made it about yourself. But now you're an adult, you're very much capable of protecting your own self. You're very much capable of standing up for your own self. You're very much capable of choosing yourself and being your own self, like, without any guilt, without any shame, to the world, that this is me and I'm very much okay in who I am. So that is what acceptance I'm talking about. So definitely to undo all these things, to come to a place where and definitely we do this work slowly, to come to a place where slowly we are becoming to accept all parts of our own selves. So that is letting go of our insecurities. We need to start with acceptance little by little, so that we can let go of this habit that we have, सब हर चीज़ को अपने नेगेटिव ले लेना, हर चीज़ में अपने आप को टू सी ourselves as small people. Acceptance needs to start happening. So I want you to start with the smallest thing. I don't want you to start with something that you are most insecure about. So pick something or choose something that you believe that this is something that I've recently started, that I've recently found in myself that I don't like about myself, or this is something that I've recently started not liking in myself, or started cursing myself for. It can be anything. It can be about your hair. I'm telling you, because once you have a foundation of self-hatred, it spreads to every area of your life. It can be your hair, it can be your eyes, nose, or the way I dress, anything. Pick up on become aware of that thing, choose it, and then start to accept it. Start with the smallest thing, because abhi smallest thing mein kya hai, the dislike that you have, it's very raw, like it's at the starting phase, so it's easy to undo it. So I want you to start acceptance there. So and I usually don't really believe in affirmations or all of these things, because they never worked for me. But something that I want you to practice is that start with the smallest thing. So once, suppose it's your hair, okay, you started recently not liking your hair, or the way it is, or the maybe your baby hair, or the color of your hair, all of these things. So stand in front of mirror, like maybe do this activity once a day. Start, like pick your own frequency, but I would recommend you to start with once a day, and see what happens, how you're feeling about it. Stand in front of the mirror and recollect that thing that you started to dislike recently, right? Abhi maine ye cheez find ki apne bare mein, that I think it makes me feel bad about myself. Pick that thing up and look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that it's okay, that I accept this part of me, that no matter how my hair is, no matter the color, no matter the quality, or no matter how my hair looks, maybe it's thinning, maybe the color is not exactly black or how I want, maybe I'm losing hair. So it's about you accepting that part, that no matter, or maybe you are slow eater, so you can do that I understand that I take time to eat, but it's completely okay with me, because I'm a human being, and there are so many other people who also eat slow. And the people I compare myself to, they have the people that I compare myself to, there's no comparison, because they may be insecure about other things. Maybe they are good at this thing. Actually, there's nothing like good or bad also, because when it comes to eating, or or the small difference that we have from each other, it's not about being good or bad. It's about fact, okay, that this is something that I have, this is something that they have. So I want you to stand in front of the mirror and tell yourself, talk to yourself, give yourself a talk, but definitely change the talk. Here I don't want you to criticize yourself. I don't want you to continue with the tendency that you have, which comes so easy to you. Because अभी तक क्या होता था, वो बहुत ही easily, naturally आ जाता था कि यार ये भी सही नहीं मेरे में, I'm such a slow eater. तो अब next time क्या करेंगे? I'll avoid eating, or I'll feel shame whenever I'm eating slower than others. So we want to get rid of that shame, and what I want you to do is stand in front of mirror and talk to yourself. Tell yourself that it's completely okay. I will take my time. Nobody is getting harmed, right? And I accept this part of myself. There are so many other people who are just like it, and there's nothing wrong with me. It's completely okay, and I am willing to accept myself with this thing. So do this and see what comes up for you. Maybe it will trigger something in you, or maybe it will not work, or maybe it will work. But the thing is that you take this one step towards that, because ultimately, when we want to move towards from an unhealthy relationship to a healthy relationship, acceptance is the thing that we want. We want complete acceptance of our own selves, because the thing you are insecure about, it is going to be there, right? It's not going away by you hating it. So it's about coming to a space where I can accept myself, where I stop denying or refusing the truth, the way that I am. So acceptance needs to happen, and so this is the baby step towards that, complete acceptance that I'm talking about. So do this step, because we want to stop this habit. We don't want this habit to keep going on, because it's like gaining momentum. See, we want to stop it there. So start with the smallest thing. Start with practicing, or I want you to feel, how does acceptance feel like? And as I said, when you're giving yourself the talk, or when you're talking to yourself in the mirror, come from a place of understanding. All right? And when I say understanding, in the sense that it is okay to have it, it's not the end of the world. There's nobody who's perfect. All right, everybody is imperfect, and it will be very hard to believe that, because we are living in the age of social media, where all of us have this urge to put up our polished perfect version out there. And just understand this fact that that's just half the truth. All of us are imperfect. We are imperfect beings. So for today, I'll keep it up to this. So do this activity, right? Start, or just look, go and stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and practice acceptance. Start to accept yourself, like a part of you, not yourself completely, and see what comes up for you. So yes, this was it for today, and tomorrow I will come up with something and something else, and I will talk about it. And if you want to, if something comes up for you, and if you want to share it with me, you can DM me. And if you want to have a clarity call with me around this thing, or anything all the other things that I talk about, be it self-hatred, or that feeling of I don't feel good enough in myself, all those things, self-sabotaging and all of these things, you can always, if you want to have a clarity call with me, you can DM me coaching, and I'll send you the link. You can book the call. Yes, so I'll see you tomorrow then.